Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel to Only Movies, and today we are going to be talking about Final Destination Bloodline. So last night I finally got to watch the movie. I know I'm a week late of it. Like I said, I've been busy with all this, but now I can finally give you my reviews and my thoughts on it because I finally got to watch it last night. And so let's get started. So for the plot for the Final Destination Bloodline is plagued by a violent and recruiting nightmare. A college student heads back home to track down a one person who might be able to break the cycle of death and save her family from a gruesome demise awaits for them all. So what can I tell you about Final Destination Bloodline? Well, my God, it's a whole lot different compared from the last five because I was expecting it to be like the same formula of when they start every time when someone has a premonition. So after when this person has this vision, then after you see everyone's deaf and stuff, and then you see them repeating the same stuff. But actually, this one didn't do that. Like in the last five, you usually see someone has their vision, warns the people, try to tell them to get out and stuff, and then you see who's surviving stuff, and then you're gonna see who's gonna be the next victim and stuff who dies. But no, this one didn't really do that. It was a lot different. I was like really surprised about that. Um, because like I said, I was expecting like with all five of them, they did the same repeating stuff with this, and this one really became something really different, and that's what I like about this one. That's why I saw like so many people had a talk about this movie was really good, and but not just that. The kills were really good. It's like my God, they really upgraded the visual effects for this compared to the last two. Um, because I know number four was really worse for me for their CGI work and stuff. It was terrible, but this one really did an amazing job, especially with the kills and all. It was a lot better because it was really a lot gorier compared to the other ones. It was more bloodier and stuff. So it's like, wow, I did not expect that. I was like thinking, I was like, okay, yeah, you'll see some people get killed. Like in the other movies, you do see kill, but you didn't expect it to be this gory. And I was like, my God, it's like unexpected too. I was like, wow, really surprised about that. But besides the kills, the story was really good. I was kind of confused when they were saying the bloodline. I was like, okay, how are they gonna do this? How is this gonna work? You know, but no, it really worked everywhere very well for this. Because it had a good plot, it had, like I said, good story and stuff. So it really did connect it to the all the other movies that it make more sense. Because I was kind of confused that how they're gonna connect it with all the other five, and because this was at first like kind of like a prequel to before the first movie. Um, but like I said, I'm not trying to spoil so much because I'm gonna make another video about ranking all five of the movie, well all six, from worst to best. So I'm trying to avoid not to spoil it from this video, and I'll talk more about it later on. But other than that, the characters were really good as well. I enjoyed the main character. She got her premonition, even though she didn't experience any of the death. It was from like her grandma, and that was a lot different because usually, like I said, when someone has a premonition, it's something happens to them and stuff. But like I said, from the beginning, it happened from back in the early days in the 50s or 60s. Well, I think it was the 50s because it was 50 years ago. Um, but like I said, she had this premonition. She tried to warn her family, and they didn't believe her, and then everyone was dying one by one after the grandma experienced all this death and all. But after people start believing it, like my God, like I said, these kills were gruesome, especially one part that I'm not gonna spoil it until my next video. It's like, oh my God, that hurt a lot. But other than that, like I said, everything was really well. And then, of course, I have to talk about the man himself, Tony Todd. My God, it was really sad. His last performance was really amazing. Just seeing him perform his last performance in his last film, especially for Final Destination, because he's always in all the Final Destination except for um, four. He wasn't on those. Three he was, but he just voiced it on one part. Like I said, I'll talk more about it later on. But seeing Tony Todd talking about this film, not talking about, but just when he's talking this film, He kind of is talking to the audience because he's trying to let people know it's like, you know what, because I feel like he knows that he was already going to be dying here, and he was telling people, you know what, just enjoy life and stuff, and don't worry about death and stuff, stuff like that. It's like, man, it was like really hitting it hard, and especially at the end of the movie, when the credits hit, to say in memory of Tony Todd. It was really sad. I just wish I got to meet him. Sadly, he was gonna be here last year in Houston, Texas, but sadly with his sickness and all, he had to cancel, so I couldn't get the chance to meet him. And a few days later, they announced he passed away, and it's really sad to hear about that. But luckily, people who got to experience him and meet him and stuff was, I'm sure they had an amazing time meeting him. But other than that, doing his last performance was really amazing to see him, especially given, like always, he plays as deaf and stuff. But his role in this whole film, this whole time, really hit really big. It meant something. So you're just gonna have to see yourself. But like I said, I'll give more of my spoilers later on. I'm just like trying not to spoil it so much. But then, other than that, that's part of good part of my review. Um, that's, I want to say, positive stuff for my review. The negative stuff, I really don't have anything negative to say because, like I said, they changed it up. They didn't do anything like the same formula and stuff. Um, they did change it up and all, but I'm just wondering how are they gonna still continue make more movies? Because I know once Hollywood sees when they make money off of this, there's like, okay, let's continue, let's go at it. Because like I said, what else can you do if? Because I didn't expect this to be really good. I was gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be enjoyable, it's gonna be entertaining. But no, I was wrong. It was much more than that. It surpassed all the other movies compared to this one. But I'm sure Hollywood's gonna milk it and make more money off it, make more movies. But like I said, hopefully this is the final one. But other than that, hopefully you guys like this film. Comment down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you seen the last five? But like I said, just keep a video of ranking all six, and then I'll be spoiling for number 6. So I'll talk more about it. But other than that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.